Hopefulness day, I want to say 22, because I didn't check. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible. I'm not going to make it too short, of course, but that right there is my first foray into making bread in over a decade. And it turned out really good. It helps that, I have been paying attention to so many different chefs on the internet. And the recipe is based on Claire Saffit's banana nut bread. Hers uses almond butter and flaky almonds that she toasts and stuff first. I didn't have the almonds. I didn't have the almond butter. I didn't really plan on buying either one of them when I went to the store. I was going to make it yesterday, but I didn't have baking soda and I didn't have baking powder, and you need both of those in it. Now you could be like, okay, well, why didn't you buy them when you were at the store? Because it's like, I didn't want to buy even more stuff. I already have a bunch of peanut butter. And it has this almond butter topping. That's where you get kind of this swirly look right here. Pretty good. A little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of sugar, a bit of the nut butter, and it makes it look like that, and it's nice and kind of crispy. But you also still get kind of the gooiness from the nut butter. Turned out really good, and yeah. So I was gonna do that yesterday. I was gonna do this video. But then I was like, I need to go to the store now and just take care of this. So I walked to the store, I walked back, because I didn't have to carry too much with me either way. Got a bottle of water because it was kind of warm. Did that. And I came back, and I was about to start. I got onto EverQuest, and it was about 12:45. I was in the process of waiting and doing some other stuff and helping some people out and some, because I have the Uber driver character where they're a druid and they have the ability to, teleport people around to various places. And so sometimes I'll do that, especially when I know, people are trying to, do certain things, what have you. And so I was helping out with that. And then the guild that I'm in was like, hey, we're going to do this one thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And in the process of us setting up to do that thing, something called an earthquake happened. So in the game, when an earthquake happens, all of the major raid targets respawn. Everything pretty much respawns. I think I've mentioned this before. And I was like, shit, I was gonna make some damn banana bread. Fuck. I didn't say that in guild because it's a family guild. Because I was thinking. I was like, damn it, I was about to make some banana bread. It was so stupid. Got a couple laughs out of it. And then we we spent the last 8 hours raiding. But in the process, I made the banana bread. We had some downtime moments where I was able to I was running back and forth in the kitchen. Now, one thing I could have done, and I only realized it literally before I started recording this, is I could just put the laptop right here. That's all I would have needed to do. Is it saying that it's getting warm? I think so. I don't know. I think maybe it's a stabilization thing. I never know because it's like a hand with wavy lines next to it. And I'm never sure if it's getting too hot or it's some kind of stabilization thing. I don't know. That doesn't matter. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to try to make this too long. So I got stuff ready. I was going back and forth because, again, I didn't have, I didn't just put it up there. That would have made it a lot easier. Then I could have just done most of what I needed to do, mouse, keyboard related stuff, while mashing bananas and mixing flour and all that stuff. And, I did the mixing backwards. I put everything in the big bowl, but the problem is that The big bowl is where, because like in the video, and I hadn't really watched it in maybe a week or two, and so I forgot that she put the wet stuff into the dry stuff instead of the other way around. And that's how you should do it anyway, because it's smarter that way. You get less chance of lumps, and you can mix it quicker and easier. But it still worked out. It didn't turn out bad. It's still got a nice crumb to it. The top is nice and, crunchy and sugary, but it's not like super sweet. And that's one of the things about the nature of this specific recipe is like, she's like, instead of using like butter and oil or typical oils, it's coconut oil, and like coconut oil is great anyway. So I want to have that in the house as it is. And so, it turns out nice and moist. It's relatively firm, but it's not like, it is kind of on the floppy side, but it's like, it still kind of holds together. It turned out really good. And in the process, going through this whole rating and stuff and earning my dragon kill points, although because the name of the guild that I'm in is called Kittens Who Say Meow. I love it. They're trying to rename it for the guild to Meow Meow Beans. I hate it. I'm looking at the temperature, time, and all that stuff. I hate it. I think it's so stupid. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be thinking about Meow Meow Beans every goddamn time I want some dragon kill points. And, so every time you join specific types of raids and stuff, you get more. And they got it set up to where, even if you're not necessarily raiding all the time, you still have a chance of getting certain things. So that's helpful. And in doing so, you get to earn, various types of loot and stuff. And you have the potential of earning some really good loot. And I've mentioned before, I think in other videos, but there's epic items that you can acquire that each individual class has that it's set up in the game. And we went to one region. It's called Plain of Hate, and it's ruled by this sort of really perverse, sort of mutated, ugly, almost human, but he's like a god, and he just happens to be the god that my necromancer character worships. I took my necromancer character up there, and he drops an item that I need for my necromancer's epic. And at first, it seemed like I wasn't going to get it, and then I didn't get it, which really sucked. But then apparently there was some kind of like mix-up, and then I ended up getting it. So I'm like, I'm almost done with it. And this one's one of the really hard ones to get done, because it's got some nasty bottlenecks. So, like with the bread working out, especially because I haven't done it in literally over a decade, and getting that item, and you just kind of going with the flow and just doing the thing. I forgot to do this, and then I was like, I'll do it a little bit later, and then a little bit later, and then a little bit later, and then now it's like almost 9:30 p.m. and I'm probably gonna get ready to go to bed in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna try to take a shower first. And then tomorrow, I'm going to put up some stuff. I need to use the closet to put shirts and stuff up. Because then, it'll be kind of more like home, which will be nice. Vacuum up, because I've got the little bags there on the ground next to the vacuum cleaner. So yeah, I mean, small things, small accomplishments can be helpful. And, I've got a lot of dishes to clean up. I mean, I've been making burritos the last couple of days. I was going to eat one today, but then, everything happened. And it's like, all right, I'll just, scarf down some cottage cheese for a quick calorie boost. And then, wait for the bread to cook and everything. So, but yeah, so... that's it for today. Have fun.